right now.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, you have 3 minutes. Take it away.
Okay, hello, my name is Radosław Bułat. I'm co-founder of Bricknest, and we are giving people a way to own a vacation home they dream of. So especially after the COVID, people started to dream about real estate property in place like this, or like this, so they can spend their free time there. But the problem is that the pricing for those properties is quite expensive. To build in Poland, you need to spend at least 100k euros. In other parts of Europe, even more. Also, the individual ownership of such a second home is not sustainable for our planet. So if all of us will build such a property, the planet will look like this. This is the photo from Mexico. So let's look at the market. The world of ownership is changing, especially for generation Y and Z. Most of the millennials invest in crypto right now, and that's the #1 asset for them. 82% of them care about the planet, and it impacts their daily consumption choices. And 90% would love to have a cabin or a second vacation home somewhere. And those numbers are taken from Booking.com Sustainable Travel Report. So what we are building, what's the solution? We are building a network of sustainable real estate on the blockchain. It's not a marketplace because literally we are building those resorts around the cities. We are starting with an MVP in Poland. So it works this way. We are building a cabin resort with 10 cabins, eco-friendly, and we are democratizing those cabins. So as an end user, I can invest in that property. So let's say I can buy some tokens, and then I will get a right to a dividend or a right to stay there yearly. So for example, when I will get 20 tokens, I can decide every year I can decide if I want to stay there 20 nights or I want to take a dividend. It works this way that we as a Bricknest, we're gonna manage the property and rent it out to the external users and investors, they don't want to stay in the property. So that's the process in simple words. We earn money on construction margin. We earn money on transactional fees on the network. It's blockchain-based concept. If you are not familiar with it, I can tell you more about it later during the Q&A session. We are staking resource tokens as we are investors as well. And we are earning on management fee of renting out the property for passive investors, let's say. When it comes to competitors, there are no direct competitors on the market. There are indirect, for example, Pacaso, the unicorn that came after 5 months on the market. But they are aiming the luxury market, so they are using the same model. They are democratizing luxury real estate around the world. They are buying it and then dividing and selling to people. But one share in such a resort in their model is more than $1 million, so it's quite expensive, and the target group is totally different. Our team, we gathered a team of people with expertise in their industries, let's say. I've built and scaled a company of 80 people in Wrocław, Poland, a software house before. We gathered with some of our clients and people from our network to build this project. We are on pre-seed phase right now. We finished the ideation phase. We checked the legal issues with legal firms in Estonia and Poland. We have a solution ready to be developed. We started the development of the MVP when it comes to the platform, and we are right now designing the first resort in Poland. So it's ready to build. And that's it. Thank you for your time.
Great. Oops. Yeah, the mic is on. Great. So we still have 3 more minutes for Q&A.
Thank you very much for the presentation. It was really impressive. Thank you very much. What about the traction? I mean, like you, as I understand, you don't have sales right now.
No,
right?
We haven't started.
Okay.
Right now, what we have is a community of people, let's say friends and family, about 100 people. And since early days of the project, we started half a year ago, so it's nothing, let's say. We were consulting the model, and actually we pivoted it during that time with those people. There are also our early investors, let's say, for the resort, but we have no traction yet.
Okay, but what about the pricing? Any ideas about the pricing and
Yeah,
how competitive
on
it
the
will
Polish
be?
market, the one share in the company, and it's equal to one night per year. Because when it comes to the calculation, it looks like this: for 10 cabins, you have a capacity of 3,650 nights per year, right? So we're gonna issue this amount of tokens. So actually, one token in the property, it means one night per year you can spend, or you can give it to us, so we will rent it out for you, and you will get a dividend paid. So one token is gonna cost around $200 on the Polish market, because that's the pricing of the real estate here. So it means for that amount of money, you can have a cabin for your own lifetime, one night there actually.
Thank you.
How will you solve the property maintenance, cleaning, safety, all these
Yeah,
issues?
at the beginning, we're going to outsource that part to external companies. In Poland, it's quite popular, especially in the mountains areas, that there are companies that you can outsource this part of the maintenance to them, and you will pay them a fee.
And Radoslav, I won't be challenging you about the product because you already have experience in travel industry. But my question is, do you really need to build the product currently to validate the business model? Because I know it's super popular, but building the first one, the second one will get you much closer to actually the real business needs.
Yeah, actually, we need to build it. You know, the problem is that the whole blockchain industry is full of scam projects right now. So we don't want to raise and sell. Yeah, we don't want to sell before we have it. So first we want to build the resort, and then we will tokenize and democratize it, so we can sell it.
Okay, so you'll build that on the first resort, really?
Exactly, and that's our MVP actually.
Cool, good to hear.
We still have 20 seconds, so maybe.
Yeah, I think so. I'm maybe slightly confused on the economic model, because you mentioned dividends as well. So that would be coming from people who don't spend,
from external users. Because let's look at the pool. So when we sell, let's say 4K tokens, you can spend the time there. So we won't rent it out to the external users. But when you will decide that you don't want to spend time there, and you can decide every year, then we will rent it out to external users. So the money flows to the company, and we will pay dividends for you.
Okay. Thank you, Radoslav. Thanks a lot.
Where do you build your first house?
Sorry, I will not. Sorry, I'm very sorry. I will not let you